Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Peter fucking Joseph here for another video right here, once again, on the official Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now. Right now to this very channel and my channels down below in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as the description box below. And follow me on social media if you dare, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And share the video all over the internet. But most importantly, tap and slap that fucking bell. I think we all know what to do with it. Smacking around. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And if you do, well, you fucking suck. And you're SOL. And you know what that means? Ha! And that's pretty much it. And if you don't like my intro, fuck you, man! I'd like to see you do a better one, but you can't. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. That's it. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to, but thank you anyway. And follow me on social media if you dare. But if you're fake, you're getting blocked. If you're fake on here, there's a lot of fake people on here. Not me, but I'm real. You're not. But it is what it is. That's it. And if this is your very first time watching, you're just floating around YouTube at this fine hour, and you see my gorgeous, sexy face with the golden voice and the silver tongue, right, ladies? Then welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. If you like it, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, stick that thumb straight up everybody else's ass. That's where it belongs. And don't forget to hit that bell so you get more. And that's all you gotta do. Simple as that. And thank you for your support as we move on. So like, share, and subscribe, all that good shit we all know and love. And that's pretty much it. And, we'll see you get to 500 subs on here. I doubt it by the end of the year, but you never know. We're 14 away. So we got all that. And, we hit 1250 on the main channel, Killer Demon 669. That's pretty damn good. Finally, we're up and down for a while, and then finally we hit 1250. So, probably by next year I'd like to get to around 1300. But we'll see, take it as it comes. I'm not begging for subs like some people do, but, I take each sub, whether it be fake or real. It's a real sub? Thank you. Fake sub? Well, thank you too, asshole. And that's, pretty much it. But support me, your gracious host, Peter Joseph, and that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Hope everybody had a great Wednesday and everything. Pretty much, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the year. As of this video, we are 3 days away, so it's pretty much New Year's Eve weekend coming up. So, we're pretty much about a little over 72 hours away from that ball dropping in Times Square, New York City, and around the world. Japan will do it Saturday night. Or really Sunday morning, really. Because you know how it's Monday there. But, so Japan will get it first. Australia, everybody, everywhere on the other side of the world. Over the international date line. Pretty much, American Samoa, Guam, all those countries. On the far west coast. whatever you want to call it. But they'll get the New Year right in the morning, right before us, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day, all you people on the West Coast, LA and San Fran, you'll be celebrating the New Year at midnight Pacific time. Maybe 3 o'clock here in the East Coast. So most of us will probably be either partying, or still partying, or coming down, going to sleep. Then again, maybe having a good old drunk sex. Because as we all know, on New Year's Eve, drunk sex is the best sex. Absolutely. But remember to wrap up that burrito. Unless you have good pull-out game, which some of you probably don't. I do. I always kick out at 2. Always. Even when I was in the XWF. That's another story for another time. But just be safe this weekend. When you go to the club, especially you're going tomorrow, going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably Monday, who knows? You have a whole weekend, like a 5-day weekend, going to the club and wasting your life and drinking. Woo. But, got some wrestling if you want to stay home and watch some wrestling. Besides wrestling in bed, you can watch some actual wrestling. But tomorrow we got Ring of Honor, and I think we're going to have a best of Impact again. I don't know what's happening tomorrow as far as Impact. Still Impact for 2 more weeks. Because as soon as we hit Hard to Kill, it's TNA. For as long as they stay in TNA. Stay TNA, for life, like the NWO. And then Friday night, we got a best of edition of SmackDown. Probably do really bad ratings like Raw did. Raw did under a million views for the first time in many years. Many years. In their 30-year history of Monday Night Raw, Raw did 696,000 views. That is horrible. Well, it's on Christmas, so, it is what it is, but still. For a clip show, 696. That's bad. I don't know what NXT did last night. Probably around 600,000-700,000. Dynamite's probably going to pop around 700,000-800,000 maybe. Who knows? I doubt they'll get near 900 this week. But SmackDown is a best of show, so they're probably going to not get a lot of views, even though it's on Fox, but still. We got a live edition of Collision, going head to head with that, and then Rampage after that. And then this Saturday night, from Long Island, New York, at the Nassau Mausoleum, the final pay-per-view of the year, AEW World's End. That's it. We're done for the year. And then we come back on Monday night for the first Monday Night Raw of the year. Day 1 Monday Night Raw. And then NXT the next night, New Year's Evil. And then Wednesday Night Dynamite from the Prudential Center in that shithole of Newark, New Jersey. For the first Dynamite after World's End. And then first Dynamite and Impact of the year. Wrestle Kingdom's the same freaking, well, actually the morning. That morning of the 4th, we're going to get Wrestle Kingdom 18. Woo! That's going to be good. That is going to be good. I'm going to watch a little bit of it because I can't watch the entire thing because I have to go for my colonoscopy on January 4th, which is not fun. And I have to prep the night before, so I'm going to be shitting my brains out. I shouldn't have said that, but whatever. Yeah, I'm going to be in the crapper taking a crap. Probably all through fucking Dynamite. You gotta do what you gotta do. But in any case, we got that. Then we got the first SmackDown and Rampage of the year on Friday night, January the 5th. And then January the 6th, live Collision. So that should be good. So a big, huge first week of 2024. Gonna be hopefully some epic shows. Wrestle Kingdom's gonna be more epic than epic. Can't say it's, well, awesome, but, pretty much epic. What did you say? Oh, Mike, I didn't... The show just started. Yeah, but you said my name. I forgot. God damn it. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye. Okay, well, goodbye. Mike Awesome came and left. Oh well. We'll see him again soon. But good old Mikey boy. Let me move on with that. But like I said, Wrestle Kingdom is gonna be freaking epic next week. Next week is gonna be freaking epic. Wrestle Kingdom. I really don't care about day one, or pretty much day one, NXT, New Year's Evil, Dynamite. I'm gearing up for Wrestle Kingdom. And it's gonna be fucking amazing. And yes, I am going to do a prediction show for Wrestle Kingdom. And a review. That Thursday night, too. Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. We'll see how everything goes. And also, don't forget this weekend, probably not going to be doing any reviews this weekend because I got other things to do. If you know what I mean. I'll try to get SmackDown at most... Well, SmackDown's not. I'll get Collision and Rampage. Maybe late Friday night, early Saturday. And then I'll do my predictions real quick on Saturday for World's End. And then the review... That's gonna be, well, maybe Sunday, maybe, because it's New Year's Eve. I'm gonna be, out, so with who and my family. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I have plans, but as always, like wrestling, cards subject to change. So then we got that. And we got New Year's Day. Really coming off New Year's Eve, and drinking and shit. Probably have a humongous fucking hangover the next day. Well, not me, but, maybe her, but who knows. But it is what it is. But everybody have a safe and happy New Year this weekend. Be safe on New Year's Eve, everybody. If you're driving, don't even drive. Don't even drive. I mean, if you have to drive, be responsible. Have a designated driver. Or, take a cab. Or have somebody take you home. If you don't have a car, you went to the club or whatever. By bus or cab, or you went by train. Don't go home alone. If you're really, wasted, I mean, have somebody put you in a cab, and then, God forbid, you can get to your house. I would have the cab driver, take your dumb, drunk ass and put it on your front step or whatever. Unless you're coherent enough to open your door. Well, unless you live in an apartment complex, then that might be a problem. But be safe and be well, and, go crazy. Well, don't go that crazy, but go crazy. Because it's almost 2024, my friends, and that's it. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, on this late Wednesday night, December the 27th, 2023, or if you're watching this later, or tomorrow, it is now December the 28th, 2023, and once again, my name is your tribal god of extreme and other things. And that's Peter fucking Joseph. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, music, other things. And you like it? Good. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit that bell. And if you don't like it, well, get the fuck out of here, you fucking pieces of shit. Go do your own fucking video that nobody will probably watch. People watch my shit. I mean, they do. a lot. Not a lot, but, well, whatever. But people actually watch me, so. Mostly the obsessed fucking whores that watch me, they know who they are. That just have been so super obsessed with me for as long as I've been on here. Grow up and get a life, please. Get a job. Get some actual pussy for once. Stop focusing on me. Focus on your boring life. My life's not boring. I'm actually going places, you know. Got a good job, great family, good friends. Living a life, my friends. And you're not. Because all you're doing all day is boring as fuck YouTube videos and live streams and all that other shit. Thinking you're high and mighty when you're not. So that's it. Happy New Year! Crappy New Year, old fucks! This coffee sucks, Beavis.
Wait, what do you mean it's not Hey, butthead, you're not drinking coffee.
Then what is it, Beavis?
I don't know.
You dumbass Beavis.
Shut up, butthole!
That was cool. Okay. Enough, stop. We got that. Alright, so, on this late Wednesday night, it is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review for December 27th, 2023, the go-home show before this Saturday night's AEW World's End pay-per-view event from the Nassau Mausoleum in Long Island, New York, the birthplace of Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF. And probably the last time we might see him. We don't know. We don't know, because supposedly he hasn't re-signed with AEW. They might do the whole bidding war 2024. He might actually go to WWE. Maybe appear, number 30 in the Rumble. I doubt it. And I think we might know why. A certain devil. But we'll see what happens with that. So that's that. Alright, so tonight's show. And it's like this. But, solid start. Kind of crappy ending. Little bit of a swerve. Not that swerve, but swerve, if you will, near the end. That some of us saw, some of us didn't. But we had the finals of the Gold and Blue League in the Continental Classic Tournament. Interesting little winners there. And, some other things happening as, we're kind of finalizing the card, for World's End. Also, Rampage, matches were announced. Really nothing for Collision, which I thought was kind of weird. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so our commentary team, as always, on Wednesday nights, we have the man behind the mask. And no, not the devil mask. The man behind the actual mask, Excalibur. The man from Red Hook Brother, whose son is the FTW World Champion. And that's Taz. Oh, sorry. Brother. And my good friend, the man who should be in the fucking Hall of Fame. By one of the greatest, well, not the greatest, but, he did commentary with one of the greatest of all time, and that's good old JR, back dog, boy, son of JR, my color commentary partner, Tony Schiavone. That's Tony Baloney Schiavone there, JR. My God, Tony was a slobber knocker. My God. Okay, calm down, JR. Calm down. You can go by God all you want, on New Year's Eve, okay? By God, Stone Cold New Year's Eve. Okay, stop it. By God. Okay. And that's it. Alright, so Tony Schiavone, Taz, and Excalibur, your commentary team. And let's get right into the action, my friends. So a little less talk and a lot more action right here on the Peter Joseph channel. That's that. Alright, so let's get right into it. First match of the night. We start off with a good old-fashioned Gilmore Color-like. Hold on. Wait. Here we go. Bang! And we start up with the Gold League Finals. We have a triple threat match. Everybody had 12 points in the tournament. And this was a pretty damn good match. We had Jay White, the Switchblade. Wait, what's a Switchblade? Guns up. By the way, Too Sweet Me, for the love of fucking God. We had that. We had the righty. You know, Tony Khan, he wants the righty. The vile thing. Jon Moxley. You know, otherwise known as Rick Vaughn. Rick Vaughn? What, who? Vaughn? You mean Rick Vaughn? We haven't seen him in weeks. He's due. Okay. But yeah, the vile thing, Mr. Jon Moxley. And the man I did a video about on Instagram and Twitter, Swerve Strickland, coming out, my boy, Prince Nana of the Mogul Embassy. Swerve ran a drive. So we got that. And yes, I did do the dance on Instagram and Twitter. So, you can make fun of it, I don't give a shit. I'd like to see you do it. Badly. But I did pretty good, and actually Prince Nana said thank you. You're welcome there, Prince. My boy. Without it, if it wasn't for Prince Nana, I would not be wrestling. I wouldn't have got into wrestling. But I digress on that. I don't want to go through that story again. I'll do that another day. Another day, another time, whenever I feel like doing it. Alright, so this match, like I said, it was a pretty damn good match. Banger. So we started with Moxley and Swerve, wasting no time. They fight to the floor, and no blood. Jay White, being the smart man that he is, like, you guys fight, I'm just gonna wait. Then they all go into the crowd. Jay White's like slowly creeping behind, but then he gets beat up and gets some cheap shots in as well. Moxley then drops Swerve, takes it back to the ring, where Jay White takes out the knee once again, like he did at the end of last week's show. And then takes both men down, but Swerve kicks him off the apron and goes for a flippy gibbity-doo, but missed. But he sticks the landing. Hey, a perfect 10! And, oh, by the way, speaking of perfect 10, congratulations to, Mr. Perfect 10. And, his hot as fuck wife, Peyton Royce. Shawn Spears and Peyton Royce. About to have baby number 2, and it's a boy. Good man there, Shawn Spears. Good man. Get to hit that sweet pussy once again, you know. Yeah, so congratulations to Peyton Royce and Shawn Spears, or Cassie Lee, whatever you call them. Billie Kay just had a baby. Good for her. Congratulations to her. Happy birthday to Brooklyn's own Zelina Vega. Actually, she's from Queens, but she should have been from Brooklyn. But New York's own Zelina Vega. So, I hope some of you wished her happy birthday on her Instagram and her Twitter page. If not, she's gonna come after you with her chancla. She'll do it too. Good old fellow New Yorker. You gotta love it. She's a fellow New Yorker, so I guess that gets some brownie points, but she's from the borough of Queens. I know she's not a Met fan. Damn. I mean, if you live in Queens, you should be a Met fan. Just saying. And if you're from Brooklyn, too. But, to each their own. If you're a Yankee fan, bless you. It's hard being a Met fan too, man. It's hard being a Met fan. It is. But at least we have an owner that actually, sometimes, does something for the team. Unlike Hal Steinbrenner, who just, doesn't give two shits about his team. And has a GM that fucking makes stupid decisions, and then has a fucking manager that can't even manage his own team. Baboon. Freaking Crapman. Cashman. Douchebags. 2 douchebags. We're 3 douchebags that run the Yankees. You'll see that debacle in Queens and, the Mets. Uncle Stevie, making stupid decisions this offseason. Alonso still hasn't signed yet. What are we waiting for? I mean, seriously. I know they signed some other no-name pitchers. I don't know what the hell the Mets are doing. I really don't know. I think they just want to get Reynolds so they have a ton of money to get Juan Soto next offseason. Not that the Mets are probably going to get him, but who knows. Because he is a free agent after next year. Not with 2025, he is a free agent. So right before the 2025 season, the Soto sweepstakes starts up again. But let's see what happens with that. But the big thing that the Mets have to do is sign Pete Alonso to a monster deal before spring training. We're only like 6 weeks away from pitchers and catchers. We're 6 weeks away, dude. What is going on here? Wake up, Uncle Stevie. Wake up. David Stearns, give him the money. Be like Jerry Maguire. Show me the money! Show that man that money, dude. Come on now. Alright, move on. Alright, so Swerve stuck the landing and hits a knee from the apron on the Jay White, hit him right in the jaw. Ow. And then Moxley gets back in. Swerve then bites his finger. Ow. We got a biter! Hits a clothesline. Then Swerve knocks both of them to the floor. Hits a big-time high cross body on the floor. As we go to break, we come back. Swerve gets knocked off the apron, leaving Jay White to blast Moxley in that knee with a chair, which is legal because it's a triple threat match. And that distraction lets Swerve hit a suplex into a power slam. Nice. And then he goes on top, hits a 450 splash on Jay White. Moxley had to make the save with a wicked stomp. As we go to another break, we come right back. Moxley grabs the Bulldog choke on Jay White. Swerve had to break it up. And then Jay White got up and hits Moxley with the Blade Runner, but Swerve had to break that up. So, lots of near falls. Crowd's getting really into it. Nice sized crowd at the arena in Orlando, Florida. I did mention where we are, right? The Addition Financial Arena in Orlando, Florida. Little rinky-dink place. Got that. Alright, so Swerve broke up the Blade Runner. They go back in, and Jay White grabs a chair and hits both of them, knocking them down, then wedges the chair in a corner, and Swerve obeys the laws of wrestling. I mean, it's a triple threat match. There's no rules. Sends Jay White into said chair. Then we've reversed Moxley choke into a roll-up for a near fall. Swerve goes up top, goes for the Swerve stomp, and he hits it, gets broken up by Jay White. Goes for it, and then Jay White pushed him off the top rope to the floor. Then he gets taken out by a King Kong lariato by Mr. Moxley. Then Moxley picks up Jay White, hits the Death Rider. 1, 2, 3. Jon Moxley wins the Gold League. I was hoping to be Swerve, but Did not get it. So, 23-minute match. Pretty damn good. Give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. So, Moxley will now meet either Eddie Kingston or Bryan Danielson. Yes! And, we'll see what happens with that in the Blue League Finals. And then, that match will be at World's End for the North American Triple Crown. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, speaking of the Blue League, we get a recap of last week's Collision with the finals being set up. Great match between Danielson and Claudio. Went to a time limit draw. We had Eddie Kingston win his match, barely. And then, Brody King and Garcia went to a good match. Garcia won, but then he got his ass kicked. And then Andrade and Eddie just went to war. Just a great night. This tournament's been so good. But I think it would have been way better if it was Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. But sadly, Moxley won. Now, we'll see who he faces at World's End, and that's it. Alright, speaking of Swerve, he's in the back, and he is pissed! And Nana's with him, and, I think Renee was in the back, not happy, even being interviewed by Renee so soon. It's like, I just got a match, you're interviewing me, what the fuck? Then he starts talking, him and Nana start talking about Keith Lee, and it's like, oh, Keith, I heard you're looking for me. Why don't you come see me at World's End? Oh, so it was Tony Schiavone in the back, I'm sorry. So, Tony Baloney says, well, Keith Lee is, he's not here, but he has a contract. So he gives Swerve the contract, and then Nana's like, why wasn't this, this didn't go through me? So, Tony's like, So the match looks to be set, and it was announced that it is official. Swerve versus Keith Lee, one-on-one at World's End. I wish it was like a street fight, but it's going to be a slobber knocker, per se. And that's all I got to say about that. Alright, so I give that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Now, Renee Paquette comes out in our next segment. She brings out the beautiful, the vivacious Hoda Lassie from Australia, wherever she's from. Mariah May, she comes out looking hot. And she knows people have been waiting and waiting and waiting. We've been patiently waiting for her debut. And she's like, it's going to be next week. So the first edition of Dynamite, I don't know if she's going to be on Dynamite next week or Rampage or Collision next week, but she's going to make her triumphant debut, and she got a nice ash too. But we get that. So her debut is next week, and then we hear the music of little young Rio. Give me a hug, certain boys waifu. Her name is Rio, and she dances on my lap. And then when she's done, she goes and takes a nap. Pretty much. That's what she does. And she looked good. Woo! For a girl that's like around 25 years old. She looked good. She looked like a little schoolgirl almost. I mean, Mariah May had a nice little schoolgirl, skirt. And Rio just came out like, whoo, where did she just came out from the mall or something like that. So, she runs after Mariah May to the ring, and they start going at it. And then Tony Storm comes out with Luther, gets in the ring, we have a humongous gunfight! But in the end, Rio gets the better of things, and she hits a chop rope high cross body on basically everybody. Knocks them all down. Then she gets to the ring, grabs the AEW Women's Championship, and holds it high above her head. Is she gonna win? No. Probably not. I think Tony Storm's going to retain going into next year. I think the person that probably will beat her could be a returning Jamie Hayter. I doubt it's going to be Britt Baker. It might be Thunder Rosa at Revolution or Double or Nothing, but we'll see. And Julia Hart, I don't even know who she's going to lose to at this point. Maybe Thunder Rosa next, but we'll see. She's going to beat Abaddon, you know, my girl. Abaddon right over there. That poster over there. Which sucks, but, you know, what are you going to do? Alright, so we move on with it. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we go to the back with more talking. This time we have Top Flight, Darius, and Dante Martin. And Action Andretti. They're in the back. They're talking about their loss to The Acclaimed on Collision for the Trios titles. It's like, yeah, we might have lost where we got so many avenues we can go, you know, we can go for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team belts. But we're going to issue an open challenge for, well, we don't know. And then we have the AEW Intercontinental Champion, freshly squeezed orange juice, Orange Cassidy. He comes in with his best friends, give me a hug, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta, and he kind of did what he did last week when he teamed up with the Von Erichs against the who they face the Jericho Appreciation Society, I believe. So we got that. So Orange Cassidy once again he comes in and says, "Yeah, I know what's happening here. I know. Well, we'll see you Friday." So that's gonna happen on Rampage. I thought it was going to happen on Collision, but then they, Action Andretti and company, they talk about Rampage. So the match will be happening on Rampage, so a 6-man tag team match on Rampage. So they leave, and then Rocky Romero accuses Orange Cassidy of being a bit out there lately. You think? I think maybe that orange juice is a little bit spiked. I don't know. Anyway, so they leave, and then Action Andretti takes a bottle of water, crushes all of it into his mouth. How do you do that? Well, if the cap was open, you could do that. That's kind of weird. So he crushed all of it into his mouth in one gulp. Imagine what he can do with a bottle of Jack. We can't break the bottle, obviously. Just get a plastic bottle of it. Or a little vial, maybe. That's kind of weird. But anyway, so we got the 6-man tag team match player coming up on Friday Night Rampage. And that's it. We move on. Alright, then we get another promo. This time from Mito. Mito smacks CJ Petty, pussy. Yeah! So, he cuts a promo, basically saying, well, I couldn't hurt Andrade during the Continental Classic tournament because, you know, my wife, CJ Perry, you know, I didn't want to hurt her and everything because that's her client and everything. So he was going to wait till the tournament was over. Now that he's out of the tournament and it's over, he challenged Andrade to a match at World's End. And that match is official. Now, will CJ be there? I doubt it. I don't think CJ should even be there. She just came out of surgery. She's been home for a couple of days, recuperating. I think it'd be best for her to stay out of it. God forbid something happens to her. You know, because she almost lost her finger. That horrific splinter incident. They got infected and almost went into her organs. It could have been really bad. But thankfully the doctors caught it in time. They got the splinter out. All the infection is all gone. You know, she didn't have to lose a finger or lose anything else, or maybe her life. But thankfully, the angels were looking down on CJ. She's recuperating fine. He's at home, looking amazing as always. And Miro probably is really happy that his wife is home. I bet. But we'll see what happens with that. So Andrade versus Miro at World's End. So that caused getting stacked. But we got all that. And we move on. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. For basically everything I talked about so far. Alright. Now we finally go back in the ring, and Tony Baloney's in the ring. We have 4 things in the back. We don't know, it looked like paintings or something. I'm like, yeah, I guess we're gonna see, like, we know who's coming out. And Don Callis is like, well, we're gonna have a Boxing Week celebration because it's Boxing Day up there in that shithole country of Canada. So, Merry Christmas, Canada, you schmucks, and that's that. So he brings out Don Callis and the rest of the Don Callis family. Powerhouse Will Hobbs, Kensuke Takeshita, the Ring of Honor TV champion, Mr. Kyle Fletcher, and we got that. And there's 4 paintings, but there are 3 of them there. They're like, the 4th one has to be Don Callis, right? So anyway, Callis gets right to the point, unveils these custom paintings of each member of the family, with Don Callis next to him. And then, he pulls out Kyle Fletcher's painting, and then basically it's they're punching a kangaroo. Really? Really, Don? Really? You do know he's from Australia, right? Anyway. So, all of them, we see Takeshita with a sword behind Don Callis, who had all these tattoos, looked like The Rock. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. But whoever's painting those paintings is pretty damn good. But we move on with that. So Don says the family is complete, and then we hear the music of the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara. So thankfully, Sammy Guevara's back after having his baby girl, Luna. So, yeah. Freaking Ty Conti let him out of the house for once. So he comes out and gets in the ring. The fans are like, hey, Sammy, where you been, man? So Don Callis is like, hey, what's going on? And then Sammy's like, give me the fucking mic. And he's like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. And Don's kind of surprised about that. And he's like, didn't you get the gift for your kid? And Sammy's like, nope. And then Don blames the Canadian Postal Service. Could be as bad as the United Postal Service here in America. We never get our mail on time. That's for sure. Anyway, so then we get the final picture with the family surrounding Sammy as he holds his baby girl. Uh-oh. That's not good. Sammy doesn't like it. But Don suggests that Sammy isn't smart enough to be a dad. Oh, you didn't! So Sammy says Don Callis didn't call when he was injured. I think he had a concussion or something. So Don complains about Sammy being gone so often. Well, he went, while he was away, he started, he banged Ty Conti almost pretty much every fucking day, and he, impregnated her, and they have a baby girl. I mean, what do you expect to do? Don! Once you go 69 candy. Oh, wait, you can't do that anymore. 69, be done! Anyway. So, Don wants him to wants Sammy to pick a family, whether it be the Don Callis family or his own family, and suggests that Sammy is going to be a bad father. Oh, shit. So, Sammy has had enough, shoves Don Callis down, and then we got a 3-on-1 beatdown on Sammy. Who's going to save him? Then we hear the music of the champion, Chris Jericho. He comes out with his bat, Floyd, beats the crap out of everybody, and then clears the ring, and then he starts smashing the pictures, which were glass pictures, they were encased in glass cases and everything. Glass shards are going into the crowd. I'm like, oh damn! I hate to be ringside for that. Oh, I got a glass shard in my eye. Ah, shit! And then he gives Sammy the bat. Sammy breaks the last picture into a bunch of freaking pieces. And then Jericho and Sammy look at each other like they were about to beat the crap out of each other. And then, Jericho puts out his hand, his other hand, because I think he still has that elbow injury. And then Sammy's like, And then they're about to do the Hogan Savage Mega Powers Brother handshake. But they don't do that. Sammy just goes in and says, "Give me a hug, man. Bring it in, man. Bring it in, man." So they hug. So the Sex Gods reunite again. So Sammy turns face again. He almost turns face or heel more times than a Big Slow. So we got that. So the Sex Gods are back. They hug. And then Big Cass and Ricky Starks, the tag team champions, come down for a beatdown. They're beating them up. I think a couple members of the Don Callis family were still beating them up. Then the lights go out. I'm like, uh-oh, is the devil coming out now? It's too early, dude. No, it's not Sabu. So lights come on, and then we see Sting and Darby Allin. Darby Allin, how you doing? Did you see my haircut? I look like a hippie with a mohawk. So Sting and Darby come out, make the save. And then we find out there's going to be an 8-man tag team match at the pay-per-view. So we got Big Cass and Ricky Starks teaming up with, I believe, 2 members of the Don Callis family to take on Sting, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Chris Jericho. But Jericho still has that tag team title shot lined up, but we don't know when that's going to be. Probably next year. But we'll see what happens with that. But that entire segment started off kind of boring and then got a little bit hot. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Then we move on. Alright, then we go to the back once again with Renee Paquette, and her guest is Roddy Adam! Oh, sorry, Roddy. So Roddy Strong and the Kingdom. I'm Matt Taven, and the man who punches people in the dick and gives them a pile driver at the, well, not at the same time, but that's Mike Kanellis Bennett. They're in the back. They have a chart proving that MJF is the devil. So that situation continues on. And he's like, "Max, I'm going to expose you!" Blah, 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 blah. So we get that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a rundown of World's End. That's that. Then we go to the Blue League Final. Eddie Kingston, still your Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, still your New Japan Strong Openweight Champion. So he's in the finals against Bryan Danielson. Yes! So we had that. So this feels like a Ring of Honor type match. And, Bryan Danielson still has that eye patch, still looking like One-Eyed Willie. Or Jack Sparrow, whatever you want to call him. This is the tale of Jack Sparrow! Oh, God, I had to hear that stupid song tonight. Oh, God, I hate that song. I hate that song, by Lonely Island. They have Michael Bolton on that stupid song. And then the conversation went to Morishima and Danielson during 2008 when Morishima beat the fuck out of Bryan Danielson and detached his retina. Woo! Remember that? Those days? I was actually at that event. I think he beat him up so bad. It was in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Nasty. And then the rematch they had in the Grand Ballroom. That was crazy. That war was crazy. I mean, Danielson got revenge after that. I think he won the belt back. So I know Morishima beat him for the belt. And then I think he got it right back after that. I think a couple months later. After the eye injury. I mean, he, punched him hard in the freaking eye, like his freaking eyeball was about to pop out. I was like, ooh, nasty. But I was there, and you were not. Circa 2008. So there you go. Anyway, so this match was another banger. It's also with Danielson trying to hide in the ropes a bit to start. And these guys hate each other. I mean, legit hate each other. Eddie sends him to the outside, then hits a big flippy gibbity-doo. Then he chops Danielson all around the ring. Comes back in, gets chopped in the corner by Danielson. Then he fights to the apron. Danielson gets in a DDT. Ow! Then a flying Busaiku knee off the apron. As we go to break, we come back. Danielson still strikes away at Eddie, but Eddie hits a suplex to gain control. Then the Piston Honda, fire chops in the corner. And then Danielson starts spitting at him. And then Eddie gets all mad and he's like, "Argh!" Chops him even harder. And then Danielson gets all pissy, pulls Eddie into the bell lock. And then Eddie had to bail and get the ropes to break the hold. And then Danielson goes up top. Eddie chops away again, but gets caught on top. Then a big belly-to-back superplex attempt gets countered into a crossbody. It felt like a bulldog almost, because Eddie switched in mid-air and pushed Danielson's face right into the canvas. Ow! That was nasty. Nasty. And both men are down and we go to break. We come back. And Eddie is firing away with more of those Piston Honda-like chops. But then Danielson suplexes his way out of trouble. And then Eddie comes back with a Northern Lights bomb for a near fall. And then Danielson comes back with the running knee strike. I don't know how Eddie kicked out of that. And then Danielson's so stomping away. Eddie's like, "Come on, motherfucker!" And then Danielson blows up another Busaiku knee. That gets cut off with a wicked spinning back fist. Then the half-and-half suplex, followed by not one, but two more spinning back fists. I'm like, freaking Danielson is done. Anyway, he was knocked legit out. So, goes to the powerbomb, and he tried to lift him, and Danielson looked like he was dead weight, but then eventually Eddie picks him up, hits the powerbomb, and then stack pinned him 1, 2, 3 in a little over 22 and a half minutes later. This match ends. It was a banger. 3.5 out of 5 stars. So our World's End Continental Classic match is set up. We have Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley once again. And these guys have fought before. It has been a slobber knocker every time. Even at All In, when they had that Stadium Stampede match, it was bloody as fuck. It was crazy as shit. And they went buck wow on each other. Crazy. So you can imagine what's going to happen at World's End. If there's no blood in this match, I'm going to be pissed. But I expect a lot of blood in this match. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. The match. And then after the match, Moxley comes out, cuts a promo, says that despite my faults, Eddie has a lot of fans who actually love him. Okay. Moxley says, "I'm ready to take you apart, Eddie." And then Eddie says, "Give me the fucking mic." And he gets to the mic, says, "I'm not like your boy Wheeler Yuta. I'm not some young boy." Ooh. Wheeler, because as we all know, Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy that likes young boys. But I digress. So anyway, Eddie says, "I'm your senpai master." Oh. And promises to take Moxley out on Saturday. And he's like, "Topher, play my music." I'm like, who the fuck is Topher? So that after-match promo was freaking epic. And this match on Sunday is going to be very good. I don't even care who wins, really, because if Moxley wins, he has a chance to become a 4-belt champion because he's going after the new IWGP Global Championship, which used to be the U.S. title. Or Eddie could become a, well, I don't know if Eddie's gonna, Eddie could be, retain his titles, get the new Continental Classic title, so he'll be a Triple Crown winner. And Moxley will just go to Japan and, fight Will Ocean Spray and Shota, not Umino, I think it's Shota Umino, I forgot who it was. But, anyway, for the Global Championship, so Moxley, in turn, just, if he loses the match on Saturday, he can still come back to the States the week after Wrestle Kingdom with a belt. But we'll see. But somebody's going to have 3, or in Moxley's case, possibly 4 belts by the start of 2024. So, we'll see what happens with that. We move on. Alright, then we see the TNT champion, Christian Cage, along with Nick freaking Wayne, and Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. Shayna Wayne, the matriarch. They're there for a sit-down interview with Edge, Adam Copeland. They were waiting a long time. It's like, hey, is he coming? Is he coming? What's going on here? I'm the champ. I got other things to do. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, so busy, right there, Christian? You just really want to go back to the hotel and bang Nick Wayne's mom, don't you? You son of a bitch. I mean, wouldn't you? She is a hot-as-fuck MILF. It is what it is. So they're waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I think somebody said, like, off camera, it's like, oh, Mr. Copeland is here. Good! Get him in here! And then Adam Copeland comes in and jumps Christian. They have a humongous brawl, which goes right into the locker room or the hallway. I don't know where they went. And then pretty much everybody from Ring of Honor came out. We see the Von Erichs. We see Brian Keith, the bounty hunter. Kevin Matthews gets involved. He's always not affiliated with Ring of Honor. He works for AEW, I think. Even though he's still the owner of WrestlePro, which is now based out of Jersey. I don't know why they haven't come back to Brooklyn in a while, but what are you gonna do, Kev? Come on! But in any case, so they come out and break everything up, and that's it. So, really not much of anything for that. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, but their match still official for Saturday night for the TNT title in a no disqualification match. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. Alright, then we go to the women in the dreaded death slot. I was like, yeah, this women's match is gonna last like 2-3 minutes. Right? No, it actually lasted 9 minutes, so the main event, which was the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships on the line with MJF and Samoa Joe taking on the Devil's Minions, barely got like 5 minutes. And you knew something was gonna happen, so we get to this match, lasted, a good 9-11. I even hate saying that the time of the match was 9/11. That fateful day, almost 23 years ago. Well, it will be 23 years this coming September. So, in 2026, it'll be the 25th anniversary of 9/11. That's going to be a very, very sad, well, it's still a sad day, but it's going to be very, monumental. 25 years since the Twin Towers went down, and then we went to war with those goddamn fucking, Al-Qaeda, those idiots. And what do? We wiped the floor with them. We got rid of Saddam Hussein. Then we found Osama bin Forgotten, killed that motherfucker. Sent him and Saddam Hussein to hell. Al-Qaeda is no more. Now we got ISIS. I mean, we'll never get out. We'll never have peace in the world, with this. Now we got the Israelis and Gaza and, the Hamas. All these stupid people fighting over everything. Now, I think, the Hamas are going after Americans and military Americans. Uh-oh. we might be hitting World War III as we're going into 2023. We haven't really heard much about, the Ukrainian war. It's still going on, but we haven't heard much about it. But pretty much the Israeli-Hamas war continues on. Those innocent people getting freaking tortured and kidnapped. Babies getting kidnapped. Just fucking sad. And now they're going after the U.S. military, the presence that are there. What are you gonna do, man? I hope we don't go to war before the election next year. Because if so, you know who's gonna stop it pretty damn quick. Donald Trump! 11 months away, my friends. We're pretty much 10 and a half, 11 months away from the election, which will probably be, maybe, we'll see, Sleepy Joe, dumbass Biden, and most likely, Donald Trump, a rematch from 2020. I think that the actual winner will win. That should have won in 2020, it wasn't those stupid votes. What are you gonna do? That's that. Alright, so we get to the women's match, and we have Sky Black, or Sky Blue, whatever you want to call her, looking hot as always, takes on Chris Statlander. And we had Stokely Hathaway on commentary. As if you didn't watch Collision, they had a little argument between each other, and Stokely's trying to, saying, "Oh, Willow's not your friend. You don't have any friends," stuff like that. So we get that. So kind of a match. It's also with Statlander powering Sky Blue into the corner to start, but then gets taken down by her hair. And then Sky Blue stomps on her in the corner, goes for a suplex and gets reversed. They go to the apron, Sky Blue hits a reverse sling blade. Ow. As we go to break, come right back, Statlander grabs a rolling suplex out of the corner for a near fall. And then Sky Black comes back with Code Black. I guess now we can call it Code Black for a near fall. Statlander hits a power bomb for a near fall. And then Statlander takes her to the top for it looks like maybe a superplex or some type of move off the top. When it's Sky Blue slipped out, and then the TBS champion Julia Hart comes out for a cheap shot, which knocks Statlander, for a loop. And then Sky Blue hits one hell of a super avalanche Code Blue. Woo, that was nice. 1, 2, 3, Sky Blue or Sky Black gets the win. And match was alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And yes, I did pick my nose. I don't give a shit. I had an itch. So anyway. So we got that. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Sky Black is your winner, thanks to Julia Hart. Move on. After the match, get a 2-on-1 beatdown, and then the resident fun girl, Willow Nightingale, comes out, makes the save. And then Sky Blue and Julia go up the ramp, but then they get met by Abaddon. Comes out, like, lurking in the back, like, come on, what are you gonna do? Come on. And then Sky Blue and Julia have to go off the ramp to the back, as Abaddon was just lurking. And that's pretty much it. And we move on with that. So everything's set up for Saturday. We got Abaddon versus Julia Hart for the TBS Championship. And we have Leo taking on Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. So all those lovely ladies, getting ready to kick some ass and look good while they're doing it on Saturday night. And that's it. Alright, so after that, we go to the back with Renee Paquette and more of those lovely women. We had Saraya Knight Page talking to her, ex, I guess, I don't know if they're friends anymore, but used to be in the Outcast, and that's Ruby, 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 Ruby Soho. So Ruby's all ready for her match on Rampage against Marina Shafir. And then Saraya's like, well, I got you a present. And out comes Harley Cameron, Danny L. Oh, she looked good tonight. Woo! I mean, those titties are just about to pop out of her dress. Woo! Well, speaking of popping out, she whips out a butcher knife and like, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck happened to Harley Cameron? She became a psycho? She comes in, bouncing, her boobies are bouncing, she's bouncing, her boobies are bouncing too. Next thing you know, she takes out a knife. Choppy, you pee-pee! Probably, I don't know. But, I guess Paige has, found the services of Harley Cameron since QTV is pretty much done. I mean, QT Marshall not quit. I mean, he didn't quit. He left AEW. He's done with the company. So Johnny TV is now in Ring of Honor, starting a feud with Dalton Castle and Taya Valkyrie. So pretty much Aaron Solo bookie. Who gives a shit where he goes? Probably just being the Dark Order and doing nothing. And then, poor Harley Cameron doing nothing. And by the way, that's not Zion Quinn's wife or girlfriend. Like, goddamn you, Zion Quinn. Getting with Danielle, you son of a bitch. Should have been me. But I digress. But anyway, so looks like a weird union between Paige and Harley Cameron, and then Ruby Soho got a call on her phone from, her boyfriend, Mr. Angelo Parker. I gotta go. Yeah, you go take that call. And then, Harley's like, hey, crack me, and pulls out a knife, and everybody's like, whoa! Creepy. That was creepy. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we get another rundown of the card for World's End. We got a 20-man battle royal on the pre-show, 0 hour, and the winner gets a TNT title shot at any time, I guess. We got that. Also, we're going to have Wheeler Yuta going up against Hook in an FTW rules match for the FTW title. As the wrestling cat's crying up a storm. What do you want, boo-boo? She wants to eat. I gave her enough food today. What do you want, Chicky? Chicky. Wanna be on TV? Yeah? Come here, you shrimp. Happy New Year, you fuckers! I love you all, but don't mess with Peter Gilmore. I will scratch out your eyes and eat your balls. See, I love my cat. I don't do that stuff. I don't abuse the cat. I love the cat. He's a good cat. Yeah, I love you, right? Yes. So, we got that. So don't mess with the wrestling cat. She'll claw your eyes out and then eat your balls. So you have no balls on New Year's Eve. And that's it. Alright, so we get another rundown of the card. Like I said, we got Wheeler Yuta and Hook on the pre-show for the FTW title. And then we got that 20-man battle royal to see who gets a TNT title shot. Don't know who's in it. Don't care. And then we got, some of the new matches that got announced. Miro and Andrade. That 8-man tag team match with the Sex Gods and Darby and Sting taking on Big Cass, Ricky Starks, and 2 members of the Don Callis family. So we'll see what happens with that, and the rest of the card is already made. So should be a good event. Could be long as fuck. So it's probably gonna end like midnight or later, and then the scrum right after that is probably gonna end like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not watching that. I might watch it Sunday morning, but I mean, we'll see. But we got all that coming away this weekend, and that's it. All right, then we go to your main event of the evening for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. We are the makeshift tag team champions of Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF, and Samoa Joe taking on the Devil's Henchmen, who pretty much get a Aces and Eights like entrance because they came out from the crowd. So this was a basic 10-minute match. So they went over time, of course. So they come out. They're waiting for MJF. MJF comes out, looking like $1 million. And then he's waiting for Joe to come out. Joe's music hits, but he doesn't come out. And I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? So we're like, no show Joe. Right? And then I think we hear the Devil laughing. And then we go to the back where we see Joe clutching his knee. Actually, the match wasn't 10 minutes. It was like under 2 minutes. The match started at 9:59, and they went to commercial at 9:55. Tony Khan. I mean, really now? You go to commercial at 9:55? Stupid. Too stupid. Anyway. So then we see Joe has been attacked. He's grabbing and holding his knee. I'm like, oh no. I mean, well, it's anything gonna happen because both guys are banged up. MJF has his shoulder problem, where he could barely even lift the shoulder. And now Joe's got a knee injury. So MJF's like, oh fuck. So I was like, he goes to the ring, goes to Bryce. Bryce, the referee, says, I'm gonna defend him by myself. So Bryce's like, okay. So then the bell rings. MJF throws his jacket at one of the taller members of the Minions, because there was like a big guy and then like a little guy. So I'm like, one looked like real big guy. I was like, that might be Wardlow. I hope not. But I think it was Matt Taven, because he looks big. He's like 6 feet tall anyway. And then Mike Bennett's like a little bit smaller. So I think the smaller guy was Mike Bennett. But I could be wrong. We don't know. But anyway. So MJ throws his jacket at the big guy. And sends him into the corner. And then takes the other one to the floor. Then he goes to unmax the guy. But then a third guy comes from underneath the ring. And hits MJ in the back. In the shoulder area. With a pipe. Then scurries onto the ring like nothing happened. And then they put him on the apron. And then the smaller guy hits the Heat Seeker, which is MJF's move. Actually, no. The smaller guy hits the Heat Seeker. Goes for the cover with the feet on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. We have new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Like I said, it was going to happen. So, Tommaso Ciampa and Barry Horowitz myself on that one. I called it. So we have new Tag Team Champions, but the match stunk. So I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. We got that. After the match, even more guys come out. I think another guy came from underneath the ring. And they started to beat the living crap out of MJF. And then Samoa Joe, limps his way to the ring with a chair. And clears the Minions out. And then the Devil appears on the screen. And then we get more text. This one says, pleasure doing business with you. So, what the hell was I talking about? Somebody got to deal with the Devil? Well, then we see Joe, getting ready to do that heinous act. And he's like, and he smashes MJF in the back with the chair. So everybody's like, oh my god, he's the devil! No, Joe is not the devil. Joe made a deal with the devil. And then he picks him up and says, I did this to you, Max! I did this to you! You idiot! And then Comics is like, Joe is in league with the devil. Duh. Got paid off. And then Joe hits the muscle buster, leaves MJF laying. And then Joe picks up the title and poses with it to end the show. So, might have been a short-term deal with the devil, over the last couple weeks. So, not a full-time thing, but we get that. So that ends Dynamite. Now the questions have been flooding on Twitter, like, who's the devil? Who's the devil? Who's this and that? I think it's pretty damn obvious now who the fucking devil is. Who told MJF to side with Joe? You think it's You think Jack Perry did this? Not Jack Perry. It cannot be Jack Perry at this point. It won't make sense. I mean, the glass, yeah, you could say that's Jack Perry after what they did to Hangman, Adam Page, and Anthony Bowen. Yeah, you could say it's Jack Perry, real glass, Crimea River, right? But think about it. Now that Joe turned on MJF and made a deal with the devil, per se, who, like I said, who was the person that told MJF, to confide in Joe to be his partner? Adam Cole, baby. So, if AEW wants to make this reveal right and have a great pay-per-view, if they do reveal the devil on Saturday night, it has to be Adam Cole. Then again, it could be Kyle O'Reilly getting revenge on his good friend, or it's Roddy getting revenge on Max. But God forbid it's Jack Perry. Everybody in the arena is going to leave and demand refunds, and AEW is going to go down the shitter pretty damn quick. So, if it's Jack Perry, forget it. The company's dead. If it's Adam Cole, it makes sense. Kyle O'Reilly, in a way, makes sense, because it's a Ring of Honor faction, basically. But I think it should be Adam Cole, baby, as a devil, so that way Joe wins the belt, and then maybe he had a secret thing with Adam Cole, like a little short-term thing, and then in turn, maybe Joe works for Adam Cole for a little bit, and Adam Cole's like, well, I just used you to get the Max because Max was going out of control. I didn't know what to do. So I wanted to teach him a lesson and everything. And then in turn, Cole and his minions go after Samoa Joe, and then Cole, when he comes back to the ring, which will probably be by Double or Nothing, he'll take the belt from Joe and go on a nice long as fuck reign with the belt that he should have got last year, and really he should have got it at all in, but they wanted to stretch it out a little bit, and now the whole devil thing comes into play, and I think we knew from the start when Better Than You Baby formed, you knew that Adam Cole or Max was going to turn on each other, but I felt it was better that Cole would turn on MJF. But we started seeing the seeds being planted because, how Max was ready to, throw him off the boat and everything. And then, Cole starts hanging out with Roddy. Max, and then in turn, Max starts hanging out with the Acclaimed. They get attacked. I don't understand the Jay White thing. After Jay White stole the belt, I guess, maybe Cole was, wanted to teach Jay White a lesson, besides, getting jobbed out every week and buried every week. And we got that, and then the Acclaim get beat up. by the devil and his minions, put Anthony Bones through a plate glass window. So, you know, you have, like I said, you have the Jack Perry effect. I really don't want it to be Jack Perry. I don't. Because wanted to make not really great sense, and the fans won't like it at all, and the ratings are going to go down the toilet. The company's gonna lose a lot of fans. So, Tony Khan, if you want to save your company, I would strongly suggest you have Adam Cole be the one to come out and unmask. He doesn't have to be in the ring. He can show up on the Tron, and he's like, and maybe he talks. He's like, I made a deal with Joe, and then he takes out the mask. It's Adam Cole, and everyone's like, it's Adam Cole. But people think it's Dolph Ziggler. People think it's Mustafa Ali. I mean, the 90-day non-compete clauses are now over. So, it could be Shelton Benjamin as maybe one of the minions is Shelton Benjamin. That could be. We'll see. Maybe Mustafa Ali is one of the minions. Dolph Ziggler's maybe one of the minions. Or maybe Dolph Ziggler himself is the devil, which I think would be stupid too. Want to do Retribution 2.0? Come on. No. Adam Cole has to be the devil. He has to. Or Kyle O'Reilly, or Bobby Fish, or Roddy. So they could do like an ROH style faction. They really can't call it, the Undisputed Era. They have to call it something else. But, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that on Saturday night at the Nassau Coliseum. So, we'll see. Alright, so that's it. So, pretty meh Dynamite. Good matches in the Continental Classic Tournament. So, congratulations to Moxley and Eddie. They're going to beat the crap out of each other on Saturday night for the North American Triple Crown Championship. We got that. A lot of other matches on the card. Should be some good stuff. This is the first pay-per-view without the Bucks and Kenny. It's crazy enough. And the entire Elite are not even on the pay-per-view because the Bucks went home. Hangman got beat up by the devil and got put through, a windshield, basically. Kenny, had surgery for diverticulitis. He's not going to come back for who knows when. So that's that. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, but we got Rampage and Collision on Friday night. Should be some good stuff. And we'll see what happens with that. So my final Dynamite of the year for 2023 gets a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a video. We don't have to do a video reply, but just leave me a comment down below. And you can do your own video if you want. Whatever you want to do. But once again, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as well on this channel and my other channels as well. Down below in the gobbledygook. Follow me on social media if you dare. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the place. And once again, don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss anything. And that's it. Alright guys, I gotta go because I got things to do tomorrow. I got a lot of things to do tomorrow. I got work and I got some things I gotta do to get ready for New Year's Eve weekend. It's gonna be raining. It was pouring here before. It's still raining. It's gonna be like on and off rain for the next tomorrow and Friday, a little bit of Saturday, which kind of sucks. So, just be careful tomorrow if you're in the Northeast area. If you're flying in, be careful. Be careful. Or you're flying out of New York, wherever you may be living. You want to go see your family for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Just be safe. Check with your carrier, your plane carrier, the airport. Make sure your plane is not canceled or delayed or anything like that. But wherever you're going, be safe, get there safely, and have a happy New Year. And that's it. So I will be back maybe tomorrow with my final Ring of Honor review. I doubt it. I might just hold off on Ring of Honor until next year. But we'll see what happens with all that. See how I feel by late tomorrow night. But then Friday, I'll try to get Collision and Rampage done by the end of the night on Friday, and then I will do on Saturday. I'll do a little mini video with my predictions for World's End, and then watch the pay-per-view, and then probably sometime early Sunday, I'll try to, Sunday I will do, well, after the Niner game, because the Niners are at 1 o'clock, because they're playing in Washington, not televised, but I'm going to watch it on the computer, so probably sometime in the early afternoon. I have to see what my plans are on Sunday. I might do my my World's End review, or I'm gonna hold it off until New Year's Day. After the ball drops, I will be doing a 2024 video, first video of the year on this very channel, and then later that afternoon, I will do my World's End review, and then late Monday night, your Monday Night Raw Day 1 review. So, you might get a triple threat on New Year's Day, but we'll see what happens with that. Then we're gonna get back to normal a little bit. NXT New Year's Evil on Tuesday, Wednesday Night Dynamite, as well as predictions for Wrestle Kingdom, and then probably late Thursday night or Friday, probably Thursday night, because I got the colonoscopy next Thursday, so we got that, so late Thursday or Friday, Wrestle Kingdom review right here on the channel, and then late Friday night, SmackDown and Rampage review, might do Ring of Honor as well, and then late Saturday night, because I got other plans to do next Saturday, going out next Saturday, and blah 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 blah. So late next Saturday, Collision review, and then that'll be it. That'll be it. I am going to be doing a yearly review, but that's going to come a little bit after the New Year, probably next Sunday. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll see what happens with all of that. So that's all the videos I'm going to be doing going into the end of the year. So probably maybe 2, maybe 3 more videos before the end of this year finishes off. And then don't forget, after the ball drops, I will be doing my first video of 2024 right here on the channel, like I did last year. So do a little short video, maybe a 1 to 3 minute video, just wishing everybody a happy New Year and continued success and all that other good shit. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so don't forget to hit the bell, because if you miss anything between now and the New Year, you're pretty much SOL. And you know what that means. Heh. And that's it. So, that's it. Alright, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your cuckoo. And if you're not down with that, well, your balls haven't dropped yet. And if you're not down with me and a whole bunch of other people that are way, 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 way better than you, and you fucking know it, then all I gotta say is, crappy old year, motherfuckers! And we got 3 of the greatest words in the history of this sport, and the history of life itself. And those 3 words are, my friends, fuck you, man! And that's it. Until next time, peace. And go fuck yourself.